So originally this video was going to show the check-in process, immigration, security, all that fun stuff. But things didn't go as planned. So when things don't go right, we go left and we shift. There was a visa issue. My first and last name were on my Vietnam visa, but my middle name was omitted. Pretty sure that it was optional, and I didn't fill that one out. So I was denied entry. So, long story short, write down everything as it appears on your passport. This is my first time being denied entry. My full name is quite long. Usually, if I've had problems in the past, people have written down my middle name, or I'm the second. So after Alexander, they would write down the second. It's usually not been a problem, but it was a problem. I had to go through immigration, speak to people, get the airline involved. It took about 3 hours. So make sure you write down your name as it appears on your passport. Now that I'm past all of that, we are going to start this video at the Vietnam Business Class Lounge. Oh, Hey guys, it's Jay. I wanted to talk more about the Ho Chi Minh Saigon visa experience. That trip was about 2 weeks ago, so I'm definitely past it. But I just wanted to give you more information. So I believe on the website it said to list your middle name, but it was optional, so I did not include my middle name, even though I have a middle name. The visa was approved, so they have my passport number, which is linked and to all my information. So it wasn't like my passport number was wrong. It was just missing the middle name. And after they told me to go to immigration at the airport, which is like, if here are all of the stalls where you go through and talk to the police, the immigration is at the very end. So I walked over, I gave them my information, I told it to them, but they were very busy. There were some people who also had visa issues. It seemed like there were also people who had not applied for visas, which was irritating because I already had a visa, but it wasn't correct. So it was a little chaotic. And then I also internally had nerves because I had another flight 4 hours later. So I was like, where are my bags? Am I going to be able to go out? If I can't go out, then just send me on my way and I'll, wait in the lounge. And it was a 3 hour ordeal where I wasn't sure what was happening. So that's what kind of made me on edge. Now, when I say on edge, I mean nervous. I did nothing wrong, so they weren't going to detain me. They weren't going to fine me. In fact, they offered to give me an emergency visa, but that was about 2 hours after waiting. There was some communication where they had to speak with the airline that got me into Vietnam. Then they had to also maybe check with my next airline. So there was some back end admin work that they had to do. But ultimately, I decided to just stay in the airport and go to the lounge, because if they had given me a visa, it wouldn't have been cost effective to leave the airport for 20 minutes to come back and go through security, check in, all that. It was a bit of a headache. So I just decided to have them check my bags to my next destination, which was also weird because you want to make sure they're grabbing the right bags, all those things, yeah. Now let's talk about this lounge. So the first thing I needed was a drink after all of that. But I get into the lounge, get kind of settled, charging my phone. That was another thing. My phone was dying because I was waiting, at immigration. So I'm like, okay, let me shoot some content. And the woman came up behind me and clapped. In real life, it was loud. And culturally, there could be some difference there. That's fine with me. Really, it was the fact that there was no sign stating, please do not film. Or, for example, on some airlines, they'll say, if you want to record, that's fine. Just make sure that everyone else is okay with it. Of course, I followed her instruction. Same with the immigration. The last thing anyone should do when you're traveling outside of your home country or just in any type of federal government building, the last thing you should do is show disregard for their policies. So whether she was right or wrong is not really of concern to me. It was just a matter of how you correct behavior. For example, I was filming in Bali, and this was my mistake. I did not see the no filming sign, and the woman, once I got past security, said, "We have a no filming policy. You can see it right there." And then she said, "Can I see your phone? We have to delete those videos." And I said, "Sure, no problem, like my mistake." So I can own it. I just think that was not so kind. So that was my experience with customs and the lounge. Since I couldn't show you any videos really of the lounge, they had pho, which was really good actually, salad bar, some snacks. The drinks were standard. Um, the lounge was a bit run down though, I will say. Um, Nothing against her. I mean, I would like to go to Ho Chi Minh and actually sightsee. I'm not against anyone or any company or any country. Actually, Vietnam Airlines did very well. I was quite pleased with their service. Just had a bit of a rocky passport control and lounge situation. So let's continue this review.